Hey Meisner makers, welcome to our 2021 brunch. I cannot believe that another year has gone by, and I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you so much for your support over not just 2020 but over the many years that Meisner Sewing and Vacuum Centers has been in business. If it was not for you, we wouldn't be here, so thank you ever so much. Now during today's brunch, remember that this is a premiere video, and so over to the right side of your screen, you'll be able to see the chat. We are here to interact with you. We have both hands free to answer your questions, to comment, to converse with you as we're going through today's presentation. The store is open and our Meisner makers are here, ready to answer your phone calls, ready to answer any questions that you have about anything that you see during today's presentation. So cheers to you, Meisner makers. We look forward to another year of inspiration and creativity. So what's on today's menu? Did we mention there will be prizes? What brunch is complete without prizes? There'll be some new product introductions, some things that have popped up since the last time that we had brunch. There will be flash sales. As I mentioned, our Meisner Maker staff is standing by. They are ready to answer any questions that you have about the flash sale products that I share with you. And prizes. Again, what's a brunch without prizes? Cake, champagne, and prizes always are a necessity for a great brunch. There will be some limited quantity offers that we'll talk about as we go through the presentation, and I'll give you details on those and how you can make sure to reserve yours when we get to that part of the presentation. I'll share some hints and tips for making sure that your projects turn out the way that you want, for helping to increase the quality of the things that you're stitching throughout 2021. We want this to be a year of creativity and inspiration. And did I mention prizes, Cameraman Joel?
I think you did.
We're going to have prizes today. And then let's talk about how to shop through those flash sales. Several ways to do so. You can either give us a call here on our main number at 916-920-2121, or you can see here on the slide beside me, my direct to the desk number. Now, bear in mind that I won't be able to answer your calls until we get through this brunch this morning, but at that point, I will be here and I will get through all of the voicemail messages that you leave for me and get you taken care of before I leave today. The other way that you can reach out with questions or to reserve any of the items that we talk about with regards to the flash sale is to email me at info@meisnersewing.com, and you'll see that on the lower corner there of the screen. Again, I won't be able to answer you until we finish today's presentation, but I will go through in the order that those messages are received and get back with you just as quickly as is possible. Now, a note on calling the main store number, that's the 2121 number. Remember that if the lines are busy and we are experiencing high call volumes, you may be bumped to voicemail. Just leave a message. We'll get back to you as quickly as we can. Okay, now the other thing that you're going to see as we go through the presentation today are several videos from our manufacturer partners. And Cameraman Joel is going to put together an event playlist that you'll be able to go back to and see each of those videos at your leisure following our brunch. So I think we should kick this brunch off with a prize. What do you think, Cameraman Joel?
I think it's a great idea.
All right. I neglected, however, to tell you how to enter for the prizes. It's very, very simple. You're already here. You're already participating. So all you need to do now is like, comment, or share. All of those names will be entered into a drawing. On Wednesday, we will draw and we will announce the winners of each of today's brunch drawings. So the first one today is the Baby Lock Joy. This is a great machine for travel. It's a great machine for somebody who is just getting started. It is a mechanical machine. Several stitch functions here. You can adjust the stitch length, stitch width. It does have a needle threader, handy on and off presser feet, and a drop-in bobbin. So remember, like, comment, or share to be entered in for the drawings that will take place on Wednesday. Now, if you're looking at this machine and you just can't hold off and you're thinking, oh, I know the perfect person who would love a little bit of joy for 2021, remember that our Meisner Maker team is standing by. They would love to answer questions for you about this machine. They'd be happy to reserve one for you as well. Now, from our partners at FOP Sewing Machines, I'd like to show you something brand new that's going to be coming your way in just a very few months. Cameraman Joel, let's brave that snowstorm and head on over to take a look at this new machine. So from our friends at FOP comes a most unique and forward-thinking machine for 2021. Now, I don't want to give away all of the details. Cameraman Joel, let's roll that video and take a look at what's coming your way. Was that not amazing? Imagine having a machine that not only learns your habits and your sewing style, but also has voice recognition. So you can keep both hands in your work and you can ask Alexa for hints and tips on what it is that you're doing. I would love to see over here in the comment section some thoughts from you about what you want to ask Alexa when you're stitching on your new Creative Icon 2. Not only that, but what a wonderful feature to have that built-in projection. I know when I'm working on projects that require me to mark them, you know, I'm always, first of all, working at the last minute, right? And none of us have as much sewing time as we would like. So I find it really handy to have a machine that has some type of a projection feature. This way, I don't have to worry about testing my marking pens, making sure they're going to come out of the fabric when I'm done. And as my projects are always done at the last minute, I don't have to build in those last minutes to rinse and get those markings out of my project before either A, I'm ready to wear it, or B, I need to give it as a gift. So I love that feature. The camera is going to make it really handy and really helpful for you when you're previewing your embroidery designs. You know, trying to guess what colors are going to be perfect for your embroidery threads when you're customizing the designs on your machine, it's really going to be a nice bonus to be able to see your thread choices or your color choices right on the fabric that you're embroidering on. I love it. And then the embellishment foot. So you've seen in the past some machines that have ribbon embroidery. Well, now you will be able to attach ribbon, cording, beads, yarns right at the machine itself. It's absolutely beautiful, beautiful texture and dimension to your embroidery. I cannot wait to have this in the store to be able to start playing with. Great way to upcycle some of your projects or some of your things that you have at home. Now, if you have a sweater that's really simple, you want to add a little bit of embellishment to it, I think that this is going to be the perfect foot for that, or perfect attachment for that. Now, flash sale. If you have a Creative Icon 1 at home and you are loving that machine, or you have a Creative 1 at home, you are lusting after a Creative 2, but you don't want to wait to get your hands on some of those new wows. There is a ribbon embroidery attachment available for your machine. There's also a multi-function foot control that's available for your machine. And with that, you can program it to do things like lift the presser foot, thread trim, put the machine into reverse, etc. For those of you that have Creative Icon 1s and you would like to add these attachments to your machine, right now they are available for you during this presentation and through end of day on Wednesday at 50% off. So give us a call at 916-920-2121 or email me at info@meisnersewing.com and we'll get those reserved for you. I also really appreciate on the Creative Icons, both the current, the Creative Icon 1, and what will be coming with the Creative Icon 2, are the number of different stitching techniques that are available. Now, I mentioned with the ribbon embroidery and the embellishment embroidery, taking something that you already have, you know, a sweater, a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, a pillow cover, and adding some stitches to it, adding something to take it from very simple to very elegant or very unique. And the stitch functions on your Creative Icon 1 and 2 are a great place to look to add some personality. There are some beautiful ribbon stitches. The stitches are designed so that they couch your ribbon in place, but they couch it in such a way that you're creating decorative braids and decorative trims. And that's a really unique feature that you're only going to find on the Pfaff line. Stacked stitches. If you've ever sat down and looked at all of the beautiful decorative stitches on a machine, when you're working with the Pfaff brand machines, they have something called stacked stitches. And what these stitches are designed to work one over the top of the other to create something that's very elegant and looks like, if you use 2 colors of thread, a multi-stitch embroidery. But you can run it at the sewing machine so you're not limited by the size of your hoop. Floating stitches. If you take a look at the pillow here, you can see some stitches that look like they've been done by hand. You can see it where it joins the black and the red fabric on the tote bag as well. It looks like just long, what I would call saddle stitches or pit stitches. This is done using the floating stitch technique that again is unique to the Pfaff machines. I love this as a way to look like I've joined fabrics by hand and get some truly, truly beautiful and exquisite looks to my projects. Lace edge stitches. These are another set of built-in stitches unique to the Pfaff line of machines that give the appearance of lace being stitched right off the edge of your project. And particularly if you're wanting an embellishment in a specific color, lace is typically, nice laces are only available in certain colorways. But if you're stitching them yourself, then you're only limited by the thread colors that are available. And if you're a thread junkie like I am, you'll know that there are hundreds of different colors, types, and textures of threads that would just be absolutely beautiful in creating some lace edge effects. And then of course, if the thousands of stitches that are available and the combinations of stitches by using your memory and putting stitches together is not enough, you're also able to create your own, you're also able to create unique stitches by editing those that are built into the machine. I don't know what else we could possibly imagine having on our machine to make our stitching even more unique and more personal. But Joel, I bet we have a video that's going to show some of those techniques in action. Wasn't that absolutely amazing? I know I'm inspired to go home and sew. Now, if you've been following along with us, we have been doing a series called Wednesday Workshops at 1. And on our list of upcoming Wednesday workshops, we're going to be doing a little project on crazy patch stitching at the machine. And using some of these stitches, whether it's on your Creative Icon or another machine that you have at home, is a great way to get acquainted with those stitches and really get to know them a little better. So be on the lookout for those Wednesday workshops, and I'll be talking a little bit more about that as we go through our brunch. So now that you've seen what the Creative Icon 2 can do, if you are lusting after one, if you just have to have one and you are looking to reserve yours, special bulletin. Up through the end of 2020, PFAFF was offering the opportunity for you to order your machine, pre-order your machine in the custom colorway of your choice. So you can see here on the screen that there are 3 different colorways that were available for pre-order. If you pre-order your machine this week, I've spoken with our partners at PFAFF, and they are happy to go ahead and honor that for us this week. So that beautiful winter white, can you see that embellishment, that silver texture that's running through the faceplate of the machine? Very elegant, very beautiful. The dusk fabric is a nice, almost reminds me of like a denim-y linen or denim-y colored linen across the front of that faceplate. A little bit more masculine. And then the Northern Lights, which is has just a little bit of shimmer and a little bit of glimmer to it. Very, very beautiful. Now, after that pre-order opportunity has closed, and remember that's this week coming up, the machines will all be produced in that purple, that Aurora purple that you saw throughout the video. So how do you reserve your machine? Give us a call at 916-920-2121. Our Meisner Maker staff is here to help you with trade-in information, with financing information, etc. Or you can shoot me an email at info@meisnersewing.com, and when we finish brunch, I'll be getting right back to you with more details. But wait, can there be more? Not only do you have the opportunity this week to pre-order in the color of your choice, but your machine will also be coming with this very exceptional bundle. You will have machine of your color choice. There's a beautiful luxe tote bag for the machine, the luxe accessory bag, the luxe embroidery unit bag, plus a specialty scissor kit, a thread kit assortment, and we'll also be including the embellishment bundle, which is going to be a nice way for you to get to know your machine just a little bit better. And if you check out our Facebook page in the video section or go to YouTube for our videos, you will find a walkthrough what's in the bundle, as well as hints and tips on how to use the products that are in here and some tips on stitching up the projects that are in here. So what a great savings for you. Over $7,000 in gifts, plus the machine of your color choice, all just waiting for you to get a little more creative in 2021. Now, what if you can't wait? Cannot wait for that Creative 2 to come in, and you want to get started right now stitching on a machine with those beautiful floating stitches, ribbon stitches. Did I mention, it's a rhetorical question, I know that I didn't, this very large embroidery field, right? Did I mention the integrated dual feed on this machine? Did I mention the hundreds of stitches, the thread feed system that's coming up and around? This could be yours today, right? Give us a call, ask about the trade-in options, ask about the bundles and the packages for the Creative Icon 2, or Creative Icon 1, excuse me, for those of us that don't want to wait. It is coming with the ribbon attachment, the multifunction foot control, a limited edition scissor kit. It's coming with the embellished bundle that I showed, and it's also coming with this Floriani embroidery bundle. So some stabilizers and threads and things to get you started with your new Creative Icon 1. And not only that, 72-month financing option in place for you. So again, give our Meisner Maker staff a call. Let them help guide you and direct you to the machine that's going to be the right machine for you. All right, cameraman Joel, I believe it might be time for a prize.
I think it is.
All right, we're going to be giving away the Embellish Bundle, which is everything that's included here in this bag and everything that's included here in this box. There is so much product in here. There is a binder with color instructions for 12 projects. There's a USB stick with the designs and the cutting files included. There is heat set chalkboard vinyl. There is heat set foil in here. There is angel bamboo batting. There is fusible batting. There is water soluble topper. There's water soluble backing. There's sticky stabilizer. Lots and lots, as you can see on the slide beside me, lots and lots of products that are here in this embellishment bundle. Now, if you're joining us, if you came in a few minutes into the presentation, in order to be entered into the drawing, all you have to do is like, comment, or share on this video. You'll be entered into a drawing. We'll be doing the drawings and making the announcements on Wednesday of this week. Now, if you are just anxious to get one of these embellished bundles and you don't want to wait until the drawing on Tuesday, then flash sale. If you give us a call, if you reach out to us by way of info, I-N-F-O, at meisnersewing.com, or call the numbers that are listed here on the screen, not only will you receive all of the product that's in here, but you will also receive a $100 gift card as a bonus thank you to you if you need any fabric or additional threads to go along with your embellished bundle or other projects that you're working with. Just a few minutes ago, I mentioned that there is a video that lives on our Facebook page and also on our YouTube page that will take you through the various products that are included in the embellished bundle, tips and hints on how to use them, and some suggestions and tips for not just stitching out the projects, but customizing the projects according to your own style and taste. All right, cameraman Joel, I have a few tips and hints I want to share on embroidery for our friends that are here with us at brunch. Are we ready?
Yeah.
How many of you are newer embroiderers out there? Raise your hands. Okay, or you know what? You could type in and tell me you're a new embroiderer. Did anybody receive an embroidery machine as a holiday gift? Go ahead and type in and let us know. Something that I have noticed over time is that often when people get a new embroidery machine or their first embroidery machine, first thing we want to do is embellish t-shirts. And so I wanted to share with you some tips on how to do that. So here I have a little child's t-shirt, and really the biggest hint that I could give you, or two hints that I could give you, maybe three. When you are embroidering, whether it's on a t-shirt or any other project, whether we are working with a top-of-the-line machine that has a camera or whether we are working with an entry or midline embroidery machine, it's really important to know where our design is going to end up so that we don't stitch it out in an awkward location. And one of the best tools for that is sticky printable paper. This runs through your regular printer at home. You don't need anything special. There are some at no charge software programs that you can download from the web. If you're wondering which ones to be looking for, go ahead and email me at info@meisnersewing.com or type in the question there in the comment section and I'll answer that for you. But you can print out then your design template in actual size, and it does two things. Number one, you can then see where is it going to end up on the project that you're stitching so that you can make sure it's not in an awkward location. But the other thing that it does is when you're printing it out in 1-to-1 size. So you can see if the scale is what you had in mind for the project that you're working on. And here I did want it to be, you know, a little oversized design for this t-shirt. So I used my printable template paper, adhered it to the t-shirt. That way I could hoop my t-shirt and know that my design was going to be exactly where I wanted it. Now, t-shirts have some stretch. Knit fabrics have some stretch. When you're embroidering on a fabric that has stretch, embroidery has no stretch. So you want that fabric to stay stable and firm while it's being embroidered and really over the lifetime of the embroidery itself. Okay, this is going to keep your stitches from distorting. So what I do for something like that is I will use a product called Fusible Underlay. Okay, it comes in a regular weight and a bold weight, and this is going to hold your knit fibers nice and still for you. This is also a nice product to use if the fabric that you're embroidering on is a little lighter weight. This is going to give it some body so that it'll hold the embroidery stitches over the lifetime of the project. Now, I do find that when I am fusing something like this fusible underlay, or when I'm working with fusible interfacings like fusible bold tearaway, for example, the best way to adhere, the fastest way to adhere it, is to use something like this press. And the press is available in 3 different sizes. I really find this to be a great tool to have in my sewing room, not just for pressing garments, but also for fusing my embroidery products in place, and also for fusing things like my heat set vinyls and mylars. So it's a great tool, it's a great crafting tool to have on hand. The other thing with a fabric like a knit, something that has some texture or some nap to it, I do like to put a little water-soluble topper over the top. Helps keep the stitches from sinking down into the fabric during the embroidery process. When I'm doing that, I will adhere it with a little bit of pink tape, pink Perfection tape. And if you are one of the lucky owners of an Embellish license to create bundle, you're going to find all of those items that I just talked about inside of that bundle. So whether you're choosing to stitch out those projects or not, you'll still have those products on hand to experiment with and get comfortable with some of the different embroidery products that are out there that are going to make your projects that much more successful. And then I also like to add a little extra something to my design so it doesn't look like I just dropped an embroidery design on my project. So in this case, I just used a little heat set foil like we see here, cut some snowflakes. Now I did this using the Scan and Cut. This particular design did come from the Embellish license to create USB stick, but there are some files on here that you could use to cut them, or you could take your foil and you could cut just like the old-fashioned paper folded snowflakes and then heat transfer your foil onto your t-shirt. You could do it with a regular iron at home, or you could use your press, and that's going to give a little bit more interest to your project. Okay, so flash sale, cameraman Joel. I absolutely love this press. I cannot say enough about it. I mentioned that it comes in 3 sizes. There's a 20, a 26, and a 36-inch press. Now, full disclosure, if you are going to use it at all for garments, I would probably go with that 26-inch size, unless you are doing a lot of larger size men's shirts. Then go ahead and go up to the larger size. Otherwise, you're probably going to, 26 inch is probably going to be sufficient for your needs. First 10 people to give us a call or email us at info@meisnersewing.com will receive a $25 gift card with the purchase of their press, regardless of which size you decide to go with. So if you need that 36-inch press, that 26, that 20, it is waiting for you. Now, I mentioned that we have started a new program called Workshop Wednesday at 1. And so, just like the title of the workshop, it takes place on Wednesday, takes place at 1 o'clock. And so what we're doing is debuting a new video each week. We have somebody standing by to answer questions and to interact with you during that 1 o'clock presentation. Those videos are then archived on our Facebook page, or they can be viewed on YouTube. They're meant to be a short little either project starter, quick project, or hints and tips on a particular topic. Now, to date, our most successful project has been the Hot Mess Canvas. What is Hot Mess Canvas? Well, you'll have to watch the video to find out, but here's a little look at one of the Hot Mess Canvas projects that you'll see in that video. It's kind of a reverse stenciling technique. This one was done for the holidays, but you can do this for any time of the year. It is done using a scan and cut. It's done using some removable vinyls and a little bit of paint, because it's always much more fun if you're using paint. Now, if you don't yet have a digital die cutter of some kind or a scan and cut, let me share with you just a little bit about what these are used for and why it's something that you might want to consider. So a digital die cutter, to me, is a great addition to an embroidery machine. It's a great standalone crafting tool as well. It will cut vinyl, cork, balsa wood, fabric, foils. It will also, you can use it to make stamps. You can use it for calligraphy. You can use it as a rhinestone transfer cutter. You can use it to do embossing. So it really has a wealth of functionality for you. Now, for those that have embroidery machines, it's a great way or great tool to pre-cut your applique design, your applique shapes for your embroidery designs. If you have ever done embroidered applique, you know that it can be a little tedious, and it definitely can slow you down when you have to stop to trim your fabric pieces while you're embroidering out your project. So by using your scan and cut, you can do that ahead of time. It was used, as I mentioned, for the stars here, so a great little addition if you're working with foils, if you're working with heat set vinyls. On the Hot Mess canvas, we used it as a reverse stenciling process. You can use it for traditional stencils. You can use it to cut stencils for glass etching. So lots and lots of ways that you can use this machine in conjunction with your traditional sewing. So here we're going to show just a quick little overview of what the scan and cut can do, and this is brought to us by Brother spokesperson Angela Wolf. So let's roll that video, Joel.
Hey, Angela Wolf here. Look what has arrived. The Disney Scan and Cut DX, a Novus Edition SDX 230DX Limited Edition. So let's see what's in the box. So this Scan and Cut comes with 3 mats. The standard tack mat and the low tack mat, which you might be familiar with. But what about this new one, fabric mat? I am so excited about this. No more need to put an extra sheet on here. This will cut your fabric. All right, for those of you that like to draw with your scan and cut or mark your fabric, here we have the pen holder, 6 markers, 2 wash away markers, which are great for marking fabric, and we also have the universal pen holder, which allows you to use any marker you want to. You've seen this in the past, but it's definitely one of the favorites. Now let's talk cutting. So the AutoBlade makes it so simple to get started cutting with your scan and cut. It can determine how thick your paper, fabric, whatever your cutting is, and adjust the pressure accordingly. No more cutting through the mats. The SDX 230DX still comes with the half cut, which allows you to cut through the vinyl and not the paper. But even better, the first ever vinyl AutoBlade. The vinyl AutoBlade has a precision tip that allows you to cut the most intricate designs. Check this out. So if we're going to have this awesome vinyl blade, we need some more designs, right? So there's more. So included in this limited edition, we have an entire Disney vinyl AutoBlade kit. There are 2 activation cards, one which includes 21 patterns. Look at these gorgeous designs. It also includes a tiling function and weeding box function. And since we're big Disney fans, there are an additional 34 Disney patterns to cut with vinyl. Talk about customizing your next party. Take a second look at some of these designs. How in the world are we going to cut that? No worries, the roll feeder is included in this limited edition. And for those that like to bring a little bling to the party, there's a rhinestone trial kit. The rhinestone kit includes 3 template sheets, which feels velvety, 3 transfer sheets, and a backing, a positioning brush, which pushes those rhinestones into place, a rhinestone pickup tool, and 3 different kinds of rhinestones in various colors. You can see this is a project I'm working on right now. This one's built into the machine, and I'm all ready to add my rhinestones. Before I show the last few things in the box, let me show you how to store all of your supplies. You turn the machine off, the lid goes down, this opens up, and these pop open like this. You have a little bag to put all of your supplies in. There's room for all the pens, both your pen holders, all of your blades. I wanted to remove this blade. Just pop that out. Put the lid on, and all of those fit neatly in here. Close these, twist those up, and we're ready to go. Also included in the box is a roll of iron-on fabric applique contact sheet. You press this to the back side of your fabric, and then you can cut out your appliques. And then your appliques will press in place and make it easy to sew. Speaking of applique, did you know the SDX230DX can read PES and PHX files? So if you're working on your Stellaire, your Luminaire, and you're doing an applique, this one will cut it out for you. So the first step is to set up your Canvas Workspace account. There are a lot of free projects in there, and you can create your own. And guess what? It can talk to the machine. It has Wi-Fi. Included in the box is a quick start guide with some cardstock, and it shows you how to make this adorable bag. Well, that about covers it. I think you'd agree there are a lot of awesome things in this limited edition. So what's your first project going to be? I'm off to cut some vinyl to customize some coffee mugs for our boat. Again, I'm Angela Wolf. See you soon.
Thank you, Angela, for sharing that great information about the Brother Scan and Cut. Now, if you have a scan and cut at home or a digital die cutter at home of any type, on our website currently, this is something brand new, we are now partnering with the Design Store. So just like finding embroidery designs, we always like to find some custom SVG files. And so if you go to our website, underneath products and scan and cut, you'll find Scan and Cut Designs. And when you click on that Scan and Cut Designs link, it will take you to the Design Store, where there are hundreds and hundreds of SVG files there just waiting for you to embellish the projects of your choice. It's a great way to get something done super quick, super easy. If you need a last minute gift, if you need a greeting card, whatever it is that you need those SVG files for. And one of the things that I really love about the Design Store is once I have my account set up, I can go back and over and re-download my files if A, I forget where I put them, if B, I purchased them and I forgot to download them, or C, I was in a hurry, I downloaded my file. I have a lot of them. I have my own little stash of SVG files at the moment. If I am in a hurry and I download that file, if I am taking my time, I'm going to rename it so that I have some kind of an indication as to what that file is, because they're all named numerically. I can go back to my account, I can see what I've purchased, and I can see the thumbnail that's associated with that particular SVG file's numeric name and find it much more quickly. So a little tip there for you. Now, again, if you've not yet made a scan and cut a part of your sewing room, you want to give one of our crew a call. They can give you an idea of what's in each scan and cut package. At the moment, you can see that this is quite a full package that's coming with the SDX version. There are 3 different scan and cuts for you to select from. So we do have a flash sale going on, again, through Wednesday, and there are 3 different scan and cuts in stock for you to select from. There is the 225F version. This is the, I want to build my cutting products up in kind of a modular way. So it's sort of a base package. You add what you want to add. What kinds of projects do you think you're going to be doing with that die cutter? And then you can add the accessories that you want. So it's going to have the most simple accessory package is going to come with that 225 version. It is not a Disney version. Now you can add some Disney designs by way of these little design cards. You will not be able to add the designs that are built in to the Disney versions. So that's just something to be aware of. Then there is what I call the 2020 version. It's the same functionality as the 2021 version. The only difference is, again, the accessory package, what's inside. Towards the end of 2020, Brother added a vinyl blade a specialty vinyl blade cutter, and they also added a specific fabric mat. Okay, those both come with, as well as some new Disney designs, come with what I call the 2021 edition. It's the I Want It All. The 2020 edition is going to be your best value at the moment, and you can always add that fabric mat and vinyl blade to the 2020 version of the Scan and Cut. So our crew is here to answer your questions and help you guide you to the right Scan and Cut version for you if this is something that you're thinking about adding to your sewing room. So give them a call, 916-920-2121. All right, Angela talked a little bit about, if you were paying close attention during her video, sending things wirelessly from the Scan and Cut to your Luminaire. So we have Meisner maker Drew here to talk with us a little bit about not just sending designs over to the machine or sending SVG files back and forth between the Luminaire and the Scan and Cut, but also some of the other amazing things that that machine can do. So cameraman Joe, let's see what Drew has to say about the Brother Luminaire 2.
Hi, it's Drew from Meisner Sewing and Vacuum. I'm here to tell you some of the things that I really like about the new Brother Luminaire 2. It's a very easy to use machine, a very large color touchscreen, easy to see your designs, manipulate designs. The built-in camera gives you perfect placement of where your design is going to go on any item. You can even do edge-to-edge quilting and perfectly line up your quilting designs right in the hoop with the use of the camera. Really nice automatic needle threader. We do have the wireless transfer ability, as Jennifer had mentioned. The built-in IQ Designer application where you can take a line art image, put it on our scanning frame, and something like a child's color or handprint can be then digitized and put into something like a quilt that can last for years and years and years. We have a very large 16 by 10 inch embroidery field, and not only for embroidery but for sewing and quilting. The large 13 inch throat area, quick change needle plate with no screwdriver needed. It's a machine that any home sewing, quilting, crafting enthusiast will really love. So definitely want to come by one of our locations and check out the XP2 Luminaire 2 and see why you might want to fall in love with it. Thank you.
Thank you, Drew, for that look at the Brother Luminaire 2. Now, if this is a machine that's of particular interest to you, remember that our Meisner Maker staff is standing by waiting to answer your calls, or if you have questions, you want to type them into the chat section, happy to answer them now. If you are thinking about making a Brother Luminaire 2 your own, this is a great time to do it. We have a New Year's bundle, we have New Year's savings, we have great trade-in options for you, and some great financing as well. So what is coming in that special bundle for the turn of the year? This is a limited quantity bundle. So when we run out of bundles, we run out of bundles. So make sure that if this is something you're interested in, that you make your reservation now. So not only do you get that amazing machine that Drew showed you, but it will also be coming with a set of luggage, a nice rolling bag to put the machine in, and an embroidery module bag as well. It's coming with the PE Design software, so you can create your own designs. It'll be coming with 2,500 additional designs for download. It comes with a great thread starter kit for you. It's also coming with the License to Create bundle that I talked about earlier. So what could be better than that? Remember to give us a call right away to reserve yours, or shoot me an email at info@meisnersewing.com. Now, for those of you that either own a Luminaire 1 or 2, a Solaris 1 or 2, a Destiny, a Dream, a Stellaire, Jody has a great online class or virtual class that's going to be coming up shortly called Under the Hood. And in that class, what she's going to do is walk you through how to create textured fills for your own Dream Big panel. So essentially what you're going to learn how to do is quilt using your embroidery machine right over one of these beautiful floral panels. Okay. She's going to show you how to use either your IQ Designer or your Design Center, depending on which machine you have, to fill in and create some beautiful texture here. Now, if you are signing up for this special edition of Under the Hood, you do want to either give us a call or come by the Sacramento location or email me so that you can order your your Dream panel in one of the colorways that we have in stock. And I believe there's about 5 different colorways that we have on hand at the moment. So make sure that you are prepared for that class ahead of time. If you've not taken a virtual class with us before, this type of class is done by way of Zoom. You'll register on our website. Under classes, you do need to go to the virtual classroom. You won't see these on the regular calendar. So go to the virtual classroom. You can see the listings of what's going to be coming up. Make sure you check the supply list, download it, and prepare ahead. Register for your class, and then you'll receive a link for that Zoom meeting about 24 to 36 hours prior to the start of that class. It's kind of nice. You don't have to move your machine around. You don't have to bring it in. You can stitch in the comfort of your own home with our virtual presenter there to help you. Isn't that a great way to take a class, Joel?
Yeah, it's great.
All right, I think that it is time for a prize. Are we ready, cameraman Joel?
Yeah, what do you got?
All right, I have maybe I spent it. I have a Meisner gift card for $50 that you can spend on any item of your choice. So remember, in order to participate in this drawing, all you need to do is like, comment, or share on this video. We will be drawing and announcing those winners on Wednesday. Okay, cameraman Joel, I think we have just talked about this Dream panel, and Jen Campbell is here, and she is really excited to show our viewers at home a little bit about the Solaris 2 from Baby Lock. So let's take a trip out to the floor.
Happy New Year, everybody. It's Jennifer here at the Meisner Sacramento store, wishing you a very happy new year and telling you a couple of my favorite new features on the Baby Lock Solaris 2. The new magnetic hoops have been slowly making their way in. And as you can see, it holds so nice. I don't have to worry about my big quilt slipping, and I don't have to worry about trying to force it in. These clamps come off so simple, but hold so strong. So I'm loving using this with the projection on the machine that's already there. Putting this on is nice and easy, just like we're used to. Sliding it in simply. As you can see, my area is still secure, and I've been touching it and moving it, and I don't have to worry about it slipping at all. The projection makes sure that I'm in the right spot. I can take the projection and move it to any point on my design to make sure that it's going to stay in the block that I'm putting it in, or in the strip. So, awesome feature. Love to show you. Come on in anytime and have a safe, happy new year. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer, for sharing that information about your favorite features that are found on the Solaris 2. You know, I love the positioning and the camera and the placement functionalities that are in this machine. There is nothing worse than embroidering something out and realizing that it's not quite in the right spot, or you have decorative stitches that you are placing between buttonholes, for example. Using the camera and using the grid lines on this machine are going to make that so much easier. You'll have a great little preview right there on your fabric. And the large hoop with this machine, I have never had an embroiderer say that hoop is just too big. Always, always as embroiderers, we want larger hoops. So it's great to have that functionality there on the machine for us. The couching foot for embroidery or for sewing is a wonderful way to add some texture to your projects. And then of course the new end point placement, as well as the IQ Designer that's built right into the machine. If you're taking that under the hood class with Jody, you're going to have an opportunity to get in there and to really start playing with that feature. It is amazing. We absolutely love it. Now, could there be more? If you were inspired by what Jennifer showed you on the Solaris 2 and you're wishing for one of your own, there is New Year savings, New Year financing, a New Year bundle, some great trade-in offers. So coming with your Solaris 2 right now, we are including, there is a set of designs from designer Zandra Shaw. We're including the License to Create bundle that we've had a look at. We are also including the Solaris Inspiration Guide and Love of Knowledge. And the Love of Knowledge program, it's a subscription program, and it's like having an educator right at your fingertips, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day for 4 years. How awesome is that? And the videos that you'll find as part of this program are not just Solaris 2 videos, but you'll find other technique videos as well. So there's lots of information there for you to help feed your creativity and inspire you into 2021. All right, cameraman Joel, how about a prize?
Ooh, what prize?
Ooh, how about some scissors?
Scissors
Ooh,
are always
to cut
good.
Stuff up. Absolutely. So we have some beautiful limited edition scissor kits. There is one that features embroidery scissors, one that features quilting scissors, and one that features scissors for stitching. I couldn't make a decision, so I've decided to go ahead and include all of them in this particular giveaway. And remember, all you need to do is pretty much what you're doing right now. While you're watching this video, like, comment, or share. On Wednesday, we will draw for the prize winners and announce them on Wednesday. So make sure that you are liking, commenting, or sharing. Now, if you are looking at these scissors saying, I can't wait till Wednesday, I need these scissors for myself, flash sale from now through Wednesday, you can purchase any or all 3 sets at 50% off. And these scissor kits are $75.99. 50% off for you for participating in our virtual brunch today. And all you need to do to order them is to give us a call at 916-920-2121 or email us at info@meisnersewing.com. All right. Speaking of embroidery and virtual classes, coming up on January 16th is another opportunity for you to embroider along with Jody in the virtual classroom and create this wonderful little tabletop display. Now this is done all in the hoop and it is embroidered applique. So those great little embroidery scissors are going to come in really handy for you when you're stitching up this project. Now, if you have taken advantage of the scan and cut specials that are going on right now, you could also practice cutting your fabric for your applique shapes using your scan and cut. So remember to register for this class. You're going to go to our website, on your classes, the virtual classroom, and then choose the I Love You Tabletop Display virtual class, or you could just go up to the search bar and search I Love You Tabletop Display. Make sure that you check the supply list so that you can gather up everything that you need ahead of time and you are fully prepared when it is time for your virtual class. Now we're talking quite a bit about embroidery. We've talked about large embroidery hoops. We have talked about the Brother Luminaire. We have talked about the Baby Lock Solaris machine. In a minute, we're going to touch on a couple of entry-level machines for those of you who have not yet been bitten by the embroidery bug. But before we do that, I want to share with you a new embroidery standalone software program that's quick, simple, easy, and just a lot of fun to play with. So behind me, you see that beautiful box of 120 thread colors. We can never have too many thread colors at home, right? Has anybody ever walked into their sewing room and said, I have plenty of thread? I know I don't. So the beautiful Spectrum thread set that you see behind me comes with this standalone program called Rainbow Software. But rather than me talking about this software program, Trevor Conquergood is here with us today to give you a little bit of an overview of what this Rainbow software does.
Hi, this is Trevor Conquergood, and I am very excited to introduce you to a brand new program from Floriani called Floriani Rainbow. And Floriani Rainbow is a program that can open and save all popular machine embroidery formats. And I'm just going to go ahead and show you exactly how easy it is to take your existing embroidery designs and create new exciting colorways for them. And so this is just simply a one color embroidery design. As you can see, it sews from the center out, and it's a beautiful crochet doily. When I select the design, our new Rainbow tool becomes available, and with Rainbow, when I click on the tool, it gives me a bunch of different pre-made themes that I can select that would take our design and give it in a different type of color. So if I choose cool colors, it creates color stops to create the cool color theme. And for example, you can choose princess and it'll give you a princess theme, and rainbow kind of has your traditional, colors of the rainbow. And essentially it's as easy as that. You can say okay, and now your design is ready to be saved and stitched out with a brand new exciting color theme. If this is your very first Floriani software, it also offers many other really exciting tools. For example, you can use the text tool to create either horizontal or circular text, and when you create a new text element to your embroidery design, it's going to start with the words my text, but you can easily add any letters that you want. I can't talk and type at the same time, apparently. So we'll just go ahead and add the word rainbow, and it's going to come as like a single color embroidery design. This particular Floriani software has 4 different fonts that are available: Andrew, Anniversary, Primer, and Rounded. And when you select your text, you can now apply the rainbow theme to the text as well. And so if you want to choose a different colored rainbow theme for your text than maybe you did for your actual design, that is completely possible. And not only that, you can create your own themes for the design. So just as an example, if I say to create a brand new theme and just give it a name, call it Trev, and say okay, and now I've got a theme that has 2 colors, blue and red. And notice how I can just bring this along to decide where in the design that color stop's going to be. And so you can very easily do that. If you'd like to add an additional color, right click in between the 2, and then it adds another color, and you can select that color and give it any sort of color stop in your color palette. And so it's very easy to create your own color themes based upon your favorite colors, or maybe your favorite sports teams or school logos or anything like that. And so I've created a new theme, and it's called Trev, and it's a 3-color theme. And do I want to save it? Yes. So now it's as easy as that. So Rainbow has a text tool. It also gives you the ability to interact with embroidery designs. Let's just go ahead and open up another embroidery design. And of course, it can easily convert the colors of your design. So not just adding new color stops, but with the color play tool, you can select your design and the software will suggest new colors for you. And so that is also very exciting. So for example, right now it shows me the existing colors of the design, and I can choose to lighten their shades or darken their shades. I can also add a tint to that. So if you wanted to make your design have a certain sort of color tint, you could do that. You can reset it. You can even randomize it. And if you just want certain colors that you want to kind of have the software suggesting new ones for, you can uncheck some of them, and therefore those 2 colors won't get changed when you randomize like this. Anyway, color play, also a very fun way to play with your embroidery designs and create new and interesting colorways. Another thing, you may want to sometimes change the thread palette, and notice down below we have an amazing color palette, and it allows us to choose all major brands of thread. And of course I've got mine set on Floriani Poly, but if you open up a design and the colors are not displayed in the thread palette that you'd like them to, with this tool here I can simply choose a new palette. And so maybe I've recently purchased some of the embellished matte threads. I can select that palette and it will closest match every one of the colors in our design and list them now in the Embellish Matte Thread color palette. And so I know you're going to love that as well. I'm going to go ahead and click on select an embroidery hoop, and so that will be based upon the machine format that you use, and then you'll find that there will be all of the sort of custom hoops that are available from the manufacturer can be displayed right on your screen like this. And you can use your select tool to select an embroidery design, learn what size it is, change its size, and even use copy and paste or duplicate to create a new copy of the same design. And so I'll just wait because it's calculating new stitches, and it takes a few moments when you resize a design for the software to generate those new stitches. If I use the copy and paste tool, I'll end up with 2 copies of the same design, and there's even a duplicate tool that would allow me to kind of resize and create a new copy of the design at any time. And if you create 2 or 3 copies of a design, well, then you're probably going to want to sort of organize your color palette because it's sort of repeating all of the colors for each time that you made a copy of that design. Anyhow, there's a tool, Color Sort, and that's going to basically reduce all the colors and allow the software to organize them so that you only have to sew each color once. And so it's really great software for anybody that owns an embroidery machine, but it also offers tools and capabilities for the inspiring digital crafter. And so if you own a digital cutting machine, I'm sure you'll be excited to also learn that there's a custom shape library. And when I look in the custom shape library, these are vector shapes. In fact, you can open the very popular SVG vector artwork. Not only can you open SVG artwork, you can save SVG artwork, and you can even edit it. So notice if I use my editing tool, I can select the points of this apple and move them to be anywhere I want. I can even right-click on the shape and add new points to the shape. And so you can really interact with your vector shapes. And when you're happy with them, choose File and Save As, and save back to the SVG format to use it with your popular, whatever digital cutting machine you happen to own. And if you create a shape that you really love and you know you're going to want to use it again, you can use the Tools drop-down menu and choose to save your custom shape, and that will put it back into your custom shape library. And so you can use this as a gallery to select and to save all of your vector cutting files. And so it's also got valuable to people with that as well. And there's one really exciting and new tool that you're just going to love to play with, and it's called PhotoPlay. And that's this tool right here. When I click on PhotoPlay, it allows me to browse around my computer, select a photograph, and it'll interact with that photograph. And essentially what it's going to do, it'll allow you to put a filter, or I guess to crop the shape. And so if you wanted to maybe put an oval or something like that, or a little heart shape, and when you say next, it shows you a preview image of what this design could look like in a really cool kind of stitched way. And what happens is, when you're happy with your results, you choose Save As, and you can put it on your desktop and then email it to your friends or post it on your social media. And so PhotoPlay allows you to take a photograph and apply what you might consider an embroidery effect to it. And so here's the image that we just made using the PhotoPlay tool. And so this image, oh, let me see, it didn't seem to come open. Oh, let's try again. And there you have the results. And isn't that amazing? And so wouldn't you like to just take your favorite photograph and apply a new embroidery filter to it and email those photographs to your friends and family? Of course, if you own our FTCU software, which is kind of the top of the line for us in embroidery world, then the photo play tool becomes photos to stitches. And as you can see here, all of the designs that we've worked on today are still available to me to go in, and you can work on as many embroidery designs as you like at one time. And so we're just sure that you're going to love Floriani Rainbow. Anyway, thank you so very much for listening. Have a wonderful day, and bye-bye.
Thank you, Trevor. I can't wait to start playing a little bit more with that Rainbow software. I do have to say I have it installed on my computer and I have played with it just a little bit. It's sort of like a video game for grown-up embroiderers. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, if you're thinking, yes, absolutely I have to have that software. Well, let me tell you that the Spectrum thread set comes with the Floriani Rainbow software. We are practically giving away the software with the thread. So it is 50% off right now when you order the combo. Our crew is standing by, 916-920-2121 or info@meisnersewing.com, and we will get your Spectrum software, Spectrum thread and Rainbow software set aside for you. It's a great value per spool of thread. Much less expensive than if you were to purchase individual threads, individual spools of thread. So don't let that opportunity go by. Now, if you are new to embroidery, if you're considering embroidery, if one of your New Year's resolutions is to start embroidering or to take a look at some other machines that are out there, you want to enhance your creativity. These are a couple of machines that are a really good place for you to start. So the Baby Lock Flourish, it does have a good size hoop. It's 6 by 10-ish, which is a nice size for not just your beginner projects, but for a lot of classes and things as well, right? So it also makes a nice companion machine if you already have a machine that you love that maybe doesn't embroider. So you've got that 6 by 10-ish embroidery field. It does have an automatic needle threader. It does trim your jump stitches for you, and it does have some on-screen editing. And right now, this machine is just $14.99. So it's a great price point, great way for you to get started. It can be ordered through our website, meisnersewing.com, or you can give us a call and we can reserve a machine for you here through the store as well. I do have a special thank you gift for you if you reserve a machine by Wednesday. Now, if you are in the market for a combination machine, the Aventura 2, it has the same functionality on the embroidery side as the Flourish. So you're going to have that same size embroidery field. It's going to cut your jump stitches for you. It does have a built-in needle threader, easy on, easy off presser feet, drop-in bobbin for ease in swapping out your bobbins, refilling those bobbins. But it also is a sewing machine in addition to being an embroidery machine. So if you're looking to upgrade, this is a great model to take a look at. Okay, so give us a call. We can help guide you to the right machine if one of your New Year's resolutions for 2021 is getting more creative. Now, my New Year's resolutions as far as sewing is concerned is to tackle a new technique each month. My other New Year's resolution is to keep it tidy. And then my third is I want to make it more comfortable in my sewing space. So one of the ways that you can join us in learning a new technique each month is by participating in those Wednesday workshops at 1. And remember, those take place on Wednesday at 1 o'clock. And there's always somebody there when the video debuts to answer questions. And then after that, remember, they're archived on our Facebook page and on YouTube. Now, the other is in keeping it tidy. Now, I will confess that my sewing room is not always as tidy as I would like for it to be. But I do find that for me, a tidy area is a little easier for me to get creative and inspired. And so in between projects, I do like to tidy things up. Now, like ironing is not a lot of fun when we're ironing. Pressing, when we're stitching, quilting, or crafting, then that's okay. So tidying, vacuuming is not always our most fun chore, but when it's in the sewing room, it's like ironing to pressing. It doesn't really count because we're getting tidy and we're getting creative. So Meisner maker Greg is here with us to share a couple of his favorite picks for tidying up that sewing space. Let's take a look at what Greg has to say.
Hi guys, I'm Greg. I don't know about you, but after every holiday, I always have a big mess to clean up. And today I'm going to be showing two products that are great for helping clean up those post-holiday messes. The first is the latest launch from Miele, the Triflex. It gets its name because it actually has 3 different positions you can use it in. The first, which I'll demo, is the traditional handheld stick vacuum. And even though it's a very small and lightweight vacuum, it has a great power to clean up big messes. So as you can see, it was able to get a giant mess up while still being a very lightweight, quiet, and powerful vacuum. The next vacuum I'll talk about is the Riccar R25. The great thing about this is that it has one of the easiest bag changes on the market. Just flip a switch, it pops out, and then you would just put a new bag in. No bag docks to deal with, no messes, just pop and play. Happy New Year, everybody.
All right, thank you, Greg. I love that Triflex vacuum. It is absolutely amazing for quick pickups in between. So I also talked about making things comfortable. And one of the ways to make your sewing space or your embroidery space or your crafting space more comfortable is to be working on actual sewing furniture. And so I want to share with you an offer that our friends at Kangaroo Furniture have for the entirety of this month. So you don't have to make your decision in the next 2 or 3 days. You do have the month to do this. And what they are doing, well, first of all, let me back up. Why are you more comfortable when you're working at actual sewing furniture? Well, it's the right height. You're at an ergonomic advantage when you're sitting at the machine, which means that you can sew for longer, you can get more done, and you're more comfortable while you're doing it. Also, it has been designed with drawers and cabinets and places to store things so that you're keeping your space tidy, so you're more creative and more inspired. And it's also right at your fingertips so that, again, you can find the things that you're looking for. So your creative time, your sewing time is much more productive. You're not looking around for your tools. So what our friends at Kangaroo Furniture are doing for this month is when you purchase a studio, so that means a cabinet of your choice, either a cutting surface or storage piece of your choice, a chair, and then a mat to go on the top of your cutting space, your furniture studio is 33% off, and for just $99, they will deliver it to your home, to the room of choice. I can't think of a better way to outfit my sewing space comfortably to have a more productive, more creative, and more inspired 2021. So to help you with the selection of your new sewing space, give us a call. We can set up a time for you so that one of our Meisner Maker staff members can go through the different options that are available for the cabinets, the storage pieces, and the chairs, and help get everything together for you. So remember, that's 920-921-2121. All right, Joel, cameraman Joel, let's give away another prize.
Ooh, what now?
Let's do another gift card. What do you think?
I think
Viewers
that sounds
that
good.
are watching, gift card, raise your hand if that's a yes, or type in the comment section if you think that that's a yes. So remember, to be eligible for the drawing, you're going to like, share, or comment on this video. We will draw the winners and announce them on Wednesday. And this time it will be for a $100 gift card. Ooh, so the stakes are going up. If learning to quilt or improving your quilt making skills is on your list of 2021 resolutions or goals, you may want to consider taking a look at the Viking Husqvarna 690Q. This is also a great machine to take a look at if during the start of the COVID epidemic, you started sewing more, you were making masks, you really got excited about sewing as a hobby or as an interest, and you're looking to expand beyond what that basic machine that you purchased for your mask making projects could do. One of the things that or actually several of the things that I love about this machine, number one is the thread tension is self-adjusting. So you're not going to spend a lot of time having to set your machine for the stitches that you select or for the thread types that you're working with. It also has an exclusive auto presser foot sensor system. So as you're working over various thicknesses of fabric, you're going to find that that foot travels right up and over. So you're not having to help the fabric through or worry about junctures where there are seams. If you're hemming a pair of jeans, for example, when you're coming around the leg to that section where the side seam or the inside seam is, your presser foot is going to travel right up and over that seam, no problem at all. If you are a newer sewer and maybe you are stitching a technique or need to stitch a technique that you are unfamiliar with, there is a sewing advisor right on the screen of the machine that will help guide you through the right stitch, the right tension, the right presser foot for that technique at hand. So it's really an amazing sewing machine at a great price point as well. So let's take a quick look, Joel, at a video that's going to give us a little bit more information about the Viking Husqvarna Opal 690Q. That looks like a machine that might suit your needs. Give us a call. We have a guaranteed trade-in program that's taking place right now. We have a special gift for those viewers who are staying or are here with us at brunch today if you are taking home an Opal 690Q. So we would love to get one of these machines reserved for you. Remember, it's info, I-N-F-O, at meisnersewing.com, or give us a call at 916-920-2121. Now, for those of you who have been piecing rather than quilting for some time, and you're considering the move to a long arm or to a frame model quilting machine, you may want to take a look at the new Baby Lock Gallant. This is a great entry into the framed long arm category. It's a very modular machine. You can start with just the features that you need today, and then you can add to your system, and that system will grow with you. You can add the rear handlebars. You can add robotics. You can add a light bar. Lots of ways to make that machine exactly the machine that you want with a great entry-level price point. So Rachel is going to share with us some of the things that she really loves about this particular machine.
Hi Meisner Makers, this is Rachel at the Sacramento store. I'm here to show you the Galant and how that works. We've got this in now and we're ready to play. It's a great entry-level machine. It's got an M bobbin.
So that's going to mean that I can sew for a while before,
long while
quilt for a while before I have to stop and
bet.
change that. What about keeping my stitches even and consistent? I have a hard time with that.
This has a stitch regulator on it.
Okay, and is that standard with the machine?
Yes, it is.
Fantastic. What about ruler work? Can I do ruler work with this machine?
You can definitely do ruler work with this machine.
All right, and the frame looks like it's very simplistic, right? It's a very, there's a word that I'm looking for, minimalist. It's a very minimalist frame, so I'm assuming that's what makes it kind of a good starting point for us.
Great value and price.
And how big is that frame?
I believe this is an 8. This machine comes very basic. It's a great modular so that you can add different components, and yes, you could do the pantographs on it.
So Rachel, what about classes for this machine? How can I learn how to use it?
While we're waiting for your machine to come in, we'll definitely have you hands-on learning. And we also have the love of knowledge that'll help you along the way. Well, thank you for joining us today. If you want to take a test drive on the Galant, give us a call. We're at 916-920-2121. And have a Happy New Year.
And now, if you are interested in a long arm machine, whether it be a frame model machine or a sit-down model machine, here in our Sacramento location, we do have long arm machines by Bernina, Baby Lock, Janome, and Gamma for you to take a look at. Give us a call or email me at info@, and I can set up an appointment for you to come in and see one of our long arm specialists. Our brunch is coming to a conclusion. It is just about time for dessert. And again, I want to thank you all for spending your time here with me today. I know that time is your most valuable resource, and truly I do feel honored that you've taken your time to be with us here today. And I hope that all of you have a very creative and very inspired 2021. But before I leave you, just a couple of last things to wrap everything all up. We will be drawing for prizes on Wednesday and announcing those winners on Wednesday. Hints and tips, if you want to join us at 1 on Wednesday for those workshops, we'll be bringing these quick little workshops to you throughout 2021. Remember that they are archived on Facebook and on our YouTube page. We are there at 1 o'clock on the day the videos debut to answer your questions. If there are things that you would like to see as part of that Wednesday workshop program, please shoot me an email at info@, and we can try to get those recommendations into the queue so that you have your very own Wednesday workshop. Cameraman Joel will be posting the event playlist so that you can go back through and pull the little snippets of information if there's something that you want to go back and take a look at. Remember that some of the things that I talked about today are limited quantity offers, so you do want to reach out to us as quickly as possible. We don't want anybody to be disappointed. And then in order to shop the flash sale, remember to give us a call at 916-920-2121 or email me at info@meisnersewing.com, and I will get to you just as quickly as I clear away those brunch dishes. So, Cameraman Joel, I think that before we wrap it up, we should do one more drawing. What do you think?
I think that's great.
Okay, and so what I have is a Daylight table lamp from our partners at Daylight, because we can never, just like our hoop can never be large enough, we can never have too much thread, your sewing space can never have too much lighting. So this Daylight Slimline 3 will go to one lucky viewer who likes, comments, or shares. We will do that drawing on Wednesday and announce those winners at Wednesday. So thank you all again for being with us. I wish you a creative and inspired 2021.